Hello everyone, my name is Zaup and I'm here to talk about 3 most broken items of patch 7.39c just before they get nerfed into the ground. Before we hop into the items, I just want to explain how meta works. So for the most part of the latest game patches, meta of Dota was usually defined by items, not heroes. That means the starting point of every good pick was, is X hero using this broken item well? A perfect example would be 7.37 patch, where Gleipnir was the item of the patch. A lot of the carries that were used during that time were ranged turrets that used that item well, like Windranger, Mirana, and most importantly Lina. They were considered best heroes of the patch, but the main reason was that they used the most broken item of that patch exactly. While some patches are obviously different as they can have standout heroes, and in cases when items are somewhat balanced, the heroes make the difference, I think this trend is happening in the current meta. You will see that in the list, as when you think about it, most of the good heroes right now are the ones that use 2 out of 3 items listed here. And now, let's jump into the first one. Number 1. Blade Mail. Blade Mail is one of the most bought items in the game right now. Now, there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, this is a really cheap item. At 2300 gold, it's basically the same tier as Athos, Forstaff or Glimmer. However, what this item does right now is just way too much. It used to have this very strong active at all times, but now it grants a decent amount of passive return as well, and that helps you a lot while farming the jungle. And the heroes that benefit the most from this item are the ones that like to go in, but struggle with surviving after that, like Furion or Quap, or the ones that can force you to attack them, like Axe or Legion. It's also very strong on high HP cores, as if you fight them, you're very unlikely to trade well, and in base case scenario, you will just trade kills. And traditionally, if you play against strong offlaners, they don't mind trading versus higher value targets. Oh, and when we're talking about the jungle, an item that returned is Chip the Vest. So basically, you're able to have double blade mail as early as 6 minutes. This means no hero in Dota can win a right click battle with you, so as an offlaner, you're basically invincible. That means you get to do whatever you want on the map. No more kicking you out of the lane. At worst, you can just farm jungle camps and then come back to the lane with a blade mail and just ask enemies to go on you. Usually, the commitment from them is not worth the risk. Against certain heroes like Leshrac or Windranger, having this item completely changes the game. Some heroes like the ones I mentioned cannot really control their damage once they start dealing it, so it basically kills them. One of the big reasons of the fact that the Blade Maul is so strong right now is because BKB is so bad at this moment. Don't get me wrong, I like the change. I think no item should be as broken as BKB used to be just a moment ago, but it's one of the reasons why the other defensive items that are countered by BKB are so good. Meta changes sometimes work as a shift, not a straight up change. A good example of this would be BKB piercing stuns. While right now they are just good, some heroes like Bane would rise in popularity as soon as the BKB gets a big buff. Another thing that would happen would be if a Blink Dagger got a big buff, that would mean heroes like Earthshaker or Sun King would be strong again. Number 2. Sister Shroud. I was thinking if I should put another item there, but in the end this neutral item has to get into the list. First of all, I'm quite sure it's getting removed in the next patch, as Valve has always wanted to either tone down or straight up remove anything annoying about Dota. All the reworks that Techies or Tinker got are because the heroes, while they could appear to be balanced, were very annoying. And you know, there is a line between keeping the game original and keeping the game fun for everyone. Nobody wants to keep dying to mines all over the map or just be unable to catch permahex Tinker. For that reason, I'm quite sure this item is getting removed. While its numbers are very strong, it's mostly the fact that in some cases this item is literally the difference between you dying and surviving. To put this into perspective, with some number changes, I wouldn't be surprised to see this item move to tier 4 or tier 5 even. Being able to straight up dodge attacks when escaping on low HP is very annoying mechanic, and on top of that, there is RNG involved. Enjoy this item while you can. I don't think much explaining is needed other than the clip you're just watching. Number 3. Spirit Vessel. This item has been buffed so many times it's actually crazy. It deals a good portion of damage, reduces healing, allows you to heal yourself, but in the end, I think what makes this item so good are the stats. 10 all stats with mana regen and armor and a very strong active, and you get the charges when you die. Yeah, this item has to be on the list. It gives 14 damage to universal heroes like Furion, who is a perfect example of a hero that benefits the most from 2 items on the list. The other one is Queen of Pain, but also Axe. This item is so good it actually makes some heroes somewhat viable despite them being a very bad state. Witch Doctor is probably the best vessel carrier in the game, and spell wise he's worse in the last 3 years. However, if you manage to use Maledict and a vessel on a guy, he's very likely to die. I think the healing reduction is gonna get nerfed and the item will be balanced again. It's basically impossible to deal with it right now, as it not only reduces the healing by 70%, but also all the dispel items like BKB or Manta are in state that it's not really efficient to buy them. That's why it feels so strong, because most of the items that counter it are a bit bad right now, and buying them can help you, yes, but in the end a cooldown of 10 makes this item a very good pickup anyway. So that's it for today. This is the first non-support video I made, but if you enjoyed content about advanced Dota macro game, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you!